When I was born, like 3 months old baby, my parents didn't want me, so they gave me to my grandmother to look after. During that time, like, I was sexually abused by my uncle, my grandfather's best friend, and I thought it was normal. After my grandmother died, I had to go and live with my mom and dad. And then my dad also started abusing me sexually and physically, and mom also, like physical abuse. I got burn marks all over my body, and she sent us to a Salvation Army home in Singapore. And I was brought up by Kiwis. And yeah, I think that's where I learned about Jesus. Someone told me about Jesus, and I heard about him. Growing up in the home, when all the children used to go back home in the weekend to spend the weekend with their family, I was basically like the only one left behind. So I used to cry and say, why am I here on my own? And those days, I always felt like someone was sitting next to my bed and just patting my head. So I always believed that there's someone looking after me. But then again, you know, you're young, you think, oh, yep, there's this God. And then I think I came out of the home, stayed with my relatives, and got married to a man exactly like my dad. He was violent, abusive, and like history repeated itself. And I thought, this is it. This is life, you know, there's no way to get out of it. And he was my security when I married him. And then a few years later, he applied for a job in New Zealand. And when we came here, it was 8 months and it got really bad, got really violent. And one night he hit me and strangled me. And I rang the police, and the police came and took him away. And I was surprised that New Zealand police are so good. They get involved in domestic dispute. In Singapore, they don't. The police usually say, it's your problem, sort it out yourself. And so the next day, he came out from the lockup, and then he said, get out. I had no job, nowhere to go, just had some friends. I really felt like there's no hope, like there's no worth, like even living my life anymore. Like, why should I carry on? I just want to end it right there and then. I think I asked God, I say, why did you bring me here? I say, all my family are in Singapore. Why did you bring me here? I don't want to be here. I have no one here. And then God said, I brought you here because of you. And I was like, wow, just because of me, He brought me so far away from all my family. And then I heard this voice in my car saying that my life is worth it. And I just kept driving, and I reached Kai Poi. And at that time, I was reliving at a preschool in Kai Poi. So I pulled over by the school and just started to cry. And then the healing slowly started to happen as I seek God and just ask Him to help me. The kids used to come like randomly every day and say how much they love me, and they hugged me and they kissed me. So that's actually where my healing came. Since that time, like when I heard the voice of God in the car, I love myself because I'm created in His image, created by Him. So yeah, I know my worth. My worth is in His hands. Before, even like sitting in a room like with men around me would have been so uncomfortable. But now I can sit beside a man, I can shake their hand, I can even give them a hug. So I've come a long way. God is showing His love through being married again and being treated really well. He's a very kind, gentle soul. Yeah, I think I'm pretty blessed. Yeah. We go through life. Sometimes life sucks, but with God, we have hope to look at the brighter side. We can wake up tomorrow morning and say, hey, God, I know you're going to look after me and protect me, and you are there for me, no matter what's happening around me. I think God loves me for who I am. He's not going to judge me. He's my rock. Yeah, I know I can trust Him and put my faith and hope in Him. He's my security, He's my shelter, He's my everything. He's my Father who's not going to harm me.